Sales can be messy. It's full of failures and rejections and awkward moments. And today I'm going to share my top 3 sales fails and awkward moments that actually turned into opportunities. And my hope is that you find this entertaining and you take away an insight or two that you can apply yourself to be more successful in sales. If you guys find this video entertaining or informative, make sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe for weekly strategies to sell more and live more. My first sales fail was early in my career when I started out at Oracle. I reached out to a CIO, and in the email, I guess I used the wrong company name. And he called me out for it. He did respond, and he said, "I think you have the wrong company." And then I followed up and I said, "Oh, my mistake. I saw you went to this conference." And then he called me out again and said, "I didn't go to that conference." So not only did I get the name of the company wrong, but I also was looking at our marketing leads, and I think I referenced the wrong lead and thought he went to a conference that he did not go to. And you would think that all was lost after this. 2 facepalm moments with the CIO. There's no way he would ever talk to me, right? Well, I picked up the phone and I called him, and I put aside all my rationalizations and excuses, and in the conversation he picked up, and I was down to earth. I apologized, and I got him thinking about something he hadn't been thinking about before, and it was enough of a hook to get him to take a call with me. Next thing you know, I met with him over the phone and virtually a couple times. I even met him in person, and then he became a reference for me when I went to apply to Google, to leave Oracle and go to Google, because we built such a relationship, and it all started out with a couple fails. So a quick key takeaway is you're going to make mistakes in sales, you're going to get names wrong or say the wrong thing, but keep pushing forward and ultimately be authentic and persistent, and that persistence will pay off. I think customers recognize that we're only human and we will make mistakes, and they're not going to hold it against us every time. For all of you perfectionists out there, know that just because you make a mistake doesn't mean it's over. Now this takes me to fail number 2, and this was a pretty ridiculous one, although not as crazy as fail number 3. The fail number 2 was when I joined a conference call with a customer, still at Oracle, and I got disconnected. I think I hit the exit call button, and as I joined, I had to plug in a dial code and state my name, and I think I thought I hit the wrong thing, and I said, "Oh, right when it asked for me to record my name. So when I rejoined the conversation with the customer, it said, "Oh, has joined the conversation." And honestly, it was hilarious. And what I did is I turned it into a human, funny moment with the customer. We were all laughing, and it actually brought us closer together. So another key takeaway is turn goofy, awkward moments and blunders into moments of connection through humor. And finally, fail number 3. Oh man, this one was pretty bad. It was when I was working at Google, and I was in a conference room, and I joined with my camera on a Google Meet, but the executive at the company who I was trying to have a conversation with around a longer term partnership, he called in by phone, and so I just saw his number, and I didn't see his face. It didn't seem like he had video conference in, but we were having a conversation, and I was with another buddy of mine who had set up the meeting for me, or maybe he was shadowing the call. He was in the role that was under me, and so he was there, and I was just in a really good mood. And I was making these gestures and being ridiculous and funny faces as the conversation was going well. It was going the direction that I wanted, and there was just a lot of good things going on in my life. I was about to go to Vienna, Austria. There was this girl I really liked that I was talking to, and I just was riding such a high. I did a gesture like honestly, it was an inappropriate gesture, and let's just leave it at that. Kind of celebratory type thing. And so in the conversation, the customer's voice never changed, and all I saw was his number. Clearly, he didn't join by video, so he couldn't see me, right? Well, I was wrong. After the meeting, I got a haircut down the street, and as I went to check out and pay for my haircut, I saw on my phone an email subject line, "Camera on in meetings." And the email was from an engineer who worked under this executive that I had spoken with. And the engineer is someone who had set up the conversation for me and prepared me to make the most of it. He basically alluded to the fact that the executive could see all of the crazy gestures and faces and ridiculousness that was going on behind my camera. So even though he didn't have his camera on, he could see everything I was doing, and I was petrified. In fact, I basically couldn't even locate my credit card to finish paying for my haircut. It's like I became like a dysfunctional human. I was short-circuiting like a robot, just freaking out. It was so embarrassing, and worst of all, I was worried that I had completely ruined the business opportunity. And so what I did is I followed up with the executive and addressed the issue head on, and I sent an email apologizing and saying, I take your business and our partnership we're trying to build very seriously. And I was completely honest about being in a wonderful mood, and I said how, there's a girl that I was seeing and that I was really excited about and getting to know her and excited for a trip coming up, and I'd launched a YouTube channel and all these great things. And you're probably like, oh, that's ridiculous to share all that information. He doesn't care. But I told the truth I was just in a great mood. And one lesson that I learned, and I even acknowledged in the email, is that some people say be wary of a bad mood. Well, you also have to be wary of a good mood, because it can cause you to do really dumb things when you're on an emotional high. And so I was just really vulnerable and direct, calling out the issue and apologizing in this email to this executive. And what I got back in return from the executive was astounding. He said, Chris, it's okay. We need more of that energy in this country. Let me know your link to your YouTube channel. He basically got a kick out of it and appreciated my enthusiasm. Now, I think I was very fortunate in this scenario, but one thing I learned from this is that people appreciate people who are real and goofy and imperfect. And in fact, blunders can turn into opportunities. And we ended up solidifying a partnership with that organization. And it's just amazing how you can completely do something stupid and fail and yet still come out okay. I also learned, yes, be mindful when you're on camera, even if the other person on a Google Meet hasn't joined with their camera on, they can probably see you, and be careful. And also be careful of getting carried away in a super high mood, because you can do dumb things. I think that's an important lesson in emotional intelligence. But this example, along with the other two fails, illustrate that blunders and being imperfect can actually make you more relatable, and from a psychology perspective can make you more likable. And I've seen studies on this. So if you try and be the smooth, slick salesman or saleswoman, that actually can turn customers off. It's unapproachable, it's unrelatable. And if anything, I want to take a weight off of all of our shoulders, knowing that we can be perfectly imperfect and we can afford to make mistakes sometimes. And when we do, we can turn mistakes and fails into opportunities. So that's the key takeaway today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it entertaining and informative, and you can apply this mindset to your own career in sales or even outside of sales. Again, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button. The YouTube algorithm will bless me by showing this video to more people, and they might get the benefit from the message too, so it's a win-win. And make sure to subscribe, because I'm coming at you every week with positive content in sales and personal growth, hacks and strategies. Love y'all.